1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
opportunity. Once again, the cross. They could shoot, and it's in!
As that guy Fran, he cuts inside and gets a shot past the goalkeeper. Wonderful work from Fran.
Over the right side, the shot and the goal!
Good afternoon and welcome to this UPSL National Playoffs round of 16 game between the hosts New York Braveheart and visitors Lynchburg FC. I'm your commentator today, Mark Turner. I'm here with Veta Media. Delighted to be covering this national playoffs round of 16 game. As you can see from the graphic on screen, we're going to be enjoying the game toward the bottom of the screen there. New York Braveheart versus Lynchburg FC, the winner of which will play the victors from Chicago Nation FC and New York Shockers. That game to be played on July 26th. The Chicago Shockers game will be tomorrow. So by end of play tomorrow, we will know who our quarterfinalists are on this side of the bracket. You see the officials leading the players out to the halfway line, where they will enjoy the national anthem, process any last-minute thoughts they may have, and then to battle we go. We'll give you a rundown of the starting 11s for both teams here in just a moment. And Veta Media always on the spot, ready to go. Thank you, guys. As you can see on the screen, New York Braveheart starting 11. Number 19, Langer. Number 17, Mega. Number 8, Napier. Number 3, Uceda. Number 20, Rouse. Number 5, Velasquez. Number 1, Viscuso. Number 21, Bowles. Number 18, Brooks Walker. Number 15, Casey. And number 4, Hissim. It's a little frustrating when things aren't organised on the graphic here per their positions on the field. That's not our fault. This is just how we receive it. So I want to point out that number 1, Thomas Viscuso, is the goalkeeper. Oftentimes that number 1 does denote goalkeeper on this occasion. That is indeed the case. For Lynchburg, number 1, and we have that one in order, so thanks Lynchburg. It's Cruz. Number 3, Party. Number 5, Holland. Number 2, Cook. Number 4, Sluis. Number 8, Balon. Number 6, Diaz. Number 11, Bedoya. Number 10, Perinelli. Number 7, Obarak. And number 9, Huge. So those are your starting 11s. Both teams with deep benches. Players, I'm sure, anxious to get into the fray. But those are your 22 players. It will go toe-to-toe on this opening whistle of this UPSL National Playoffs Round of 16 match. Once again, it's New York Braveheart in the red versus Lynchburg FC in that kind of turquoisey colour. And judging by the marker pen on the ball on the centre spot, it looks like Lynchburg provided the match ball today. So thank you to our friends from the DMV South. New York Braveheart looking very Arsenal-esque in their uniforms. Arsenal of the English Premier League, I mean. I know there are other Arsenals around the globe, but I'm talking specifically about the London-based Gunners. And Braveheart's uniform looking very familiar. So 2 great uniforms, 2 excellent teams, and an exciting round of 16 match awaits us. Braveheart with the kickoff. Lynchburg in possession, making a mistake. The ball gets turned over. Almost an early opportunity for Braveheart. Their goalkeeper Cruz, aware of that, and quickly out onto the ball. Braveheart trying to get the ball down that right channel. Well defended by Lynchburg. Lynchburg now trying to hold on to the ball and possess, but Braveheart with other ideas. Lynchburg, they're ultimately winning it back and splaying the ball out to their right-hand side. Brought down nicely by Mega, looks to take on his man slips in the process, giving Braveheart the opportunity to recover. Nice frantic start in this round of 16 game. Both teams up and at them on the opening whistle. Braveheart now trying to create something, but 1 man against 3 and not good odds. And Lynchburg able to tidy up at the back. Ball goes back out again to Mega here on the right-hand side for Lynchburg. Decides to roll it back and maintain possession. When we get a break in play, we'll talk a little bit about how these two teams got here today. Right now, we're going to focus on what's in front of us. Lynchburg goalkeeper, Viscuso, rolling out to the left-hand side. Lynchburg being a little tentative here in the last few minutes, deciding to maintain possession as opposed to just turning the ball over. Maybe trying to develop a rhythm. Again, the ball goes wide, looking for Mega. Goes over the top of him, gets intercepted. That was nice work by number 30 for Braveheart, and I apologise. I don't have a 30 on the roster here, so I'm not exactly sure who that is. But whoever it is, he's being asked to work really hard in the opening few minutes. On that occasion, intercepting a ball from Rouse, evidently doing it illegally, though, with the use of his arm. And so it's Lynchburg with the first free kick of the game. Uceda stood over it. Uceda tries to deliver it across the field. It gets intercepted and then slices the follow-up. Able to keep it in, though. Nice and tidy from Uceda. Trying to create some space for himself. And again, good work from the Braveheart defence. Not only intercepting the ball, but I guess winning possession back in the process. Braveheart trying to get out of their defence. Able to get the ball back to that middle third, but Lynchburg repossessing the ball. Again, being very methodical. Moving it around in the back, trying to draw Braveheart out. Letting the ball do the work for them. Ball comes back out here to the right-hand side. It's Mega again on the ball. Nice pass through from Rouse. Mega looking to deliver the cross. Well taken by Cruz. That'll do his confidence the world of good early on. It's always good for a goalkeeper to get a touch early on. Cruz getting his hands on that one without too much trouble, despite being under pressure from some Lynchburg attackers. Long crossfield ball out from Balon. But Lynchburg doing a good job of intercepting and now looking to try and create something of their own. The ball rather pinging around though. No one able to find that defence-splitting pass. We are only not even 6 minutes into the game yet, so again, both teams sort of feeling their way into this contest. That's a lovely ball over the top though, if they can control it. And they do. Braveheart on the ball, sliding the ball inside for number 9. Oh, goalkeeper gets his hands to it, but not able to keep it out. It's Puge with the opening strike of the match in the 7th minute. It was a good ball, rolled back to him. He struck it first time. Man with a lot of confidence, clearly. Iscuso did get a hand to it, I think. But it wasn't enough, and the ball found its way into the back of the net. New York Braveheart 1, Lynchburg FC 0. A replay of that goal here in due course. It's a very well struck goal. Be fun to see that again. Well, be fun to see that again if you're either a commentator or a New York Braveheart fan. Perhaps not so much if you're a Lynchburg fan. A goal rather against a run of play. I mean, neither team has really found its rhythm early on. But I say Lynchburg have had the bulk of the possession and have been asking most of the questions offensively, displaying passes from one side of the field to the other, trying to get in behind the Braveheart defence. It really was only the second time, I think, in the first 7 minutes I can really think of Braveheart getting the ball in the attacking third off in a threatening fashion. But they made the most of it, and they find themselves 1 goal to the good early on. A bit of a mistake in the back. Braveheart looking to clean it up and do so. Nervy moment for them there. Braveheart again looking to try and get in behind the Lynchburg defence, but good composed footwork. Switching the ball from right to left. Nice work from Braveheart. Good interception from Lynchburg. Braveheart might be on the counter there. That was smart defending from Lynchburg. Perinelli out on the left-hand side for Braveheart. It's definitely a live wire. He's one that Lynchburg are going to have to keep an eye on. 4 goals from midfield this season. Very dangerous player. Both in terms of what he can do in front of the net, but also assists as well. It's the goal scorer on the ball. Puge rolls it all the way back to his defence. Carrying the ball a good 10, 15, maybe almost 20 yards. Or splaying it out to the right-hand side, but too much height and not enough accuracy. Give Lynchburg the opportunity to clear it back out. Just not crisp enough from Braveheart on that occasion. Passing a little wayward. It's Lynchburg now, though, trying to connect their own passes. Nice defending from Braveheart. Deep throw from Lynchburg down that left channel. Tried to run on to his own deflection, but the ball had gone too long. There'll be a kick for Cruz. Actually, Cruz lays it off to a teammate. Ball comes out to the aforementioned Perinelli. Nifty footwork, looks for the give and go. Goal scorer, excuse me, that's Balon on the ball. My apologies. Balon now chipping it to the back post. Too long, easily gathered from Viscuso. Little humid today here in Brooklyn. It's about 80 degrees. A cloud cover, which is making it feel just a little bit close. I suppose that's preferable to blistering 100-degree temps, which I know we are experiencing elsewhere in the country. It's going to get sweaty here in Brooklyn, that's for sure. Always a little warmer as well when you're playing on turf. Those rubber pellets just radiating the heat. I'm a big fan of black cleats. That is until I'm playing on a very hot day on a turf field. And then it feels like you're wearing toaster ovens on your feet. Mega slides the ball inside. Good work from Braveheart again. Lynchburg with a throw. Lynchburg just swapping and sliding, moving the ball from left to right, right to left, trying to find that opening, trying to create gaps in the Braveheart defence. Nice work, though. The ball finds its way to Perinelli. Nifty feet. Comes one way, goes the other. Tries to cut and come out to the left wing. Gets caught in the process. Good work from Lynchburg. With themselves now looking to try and thread the ball through the heart of the Braveheart defence. It fouled in the process, earning themselves a dangerous free kick from Lynchburg. Walker. Just shielding the ball. It's a bump in the back once, and then his leg drawn away on that second occasion. He didn't look any worse for wear, though, and Lynchburg, like I said, having a free kick in a dangerous position. I mean, it would take quite the worldie to beat Cruz from here. So I imagine it's going to be a little dink into the danger area. It's Mega stood over it. It is indeed a chip over the top. Nice header! Goes wide of the goal, though. Didn't trouble Cruz at the end of the day, but that was a very nice chip in from Mega. A towering header. Just wide of frame. Braveheart, it's a nice give and go. Now again, trying to find space through the centre of the Lynchburg defence. Desperate defending, but they did it. Managed to get that toe in, managed to get that deflection. Lynchburg back in possession. The 15th minute, New York Braveheart still leading by a single goal to nil. Scored in the 7th minute by Puge. Nice first time effort as the ball was square to him. In the centre of the field, around the top of the box. That's the only scoring so far. And now Perinelli's off on his bike. Unable to get past his man. Actually, he does. But the defender recovers nicely. Really good work from Hisson. Had to work hard to keep up with Perinelli. Looked like Perinelli got the better of him initially, but Hisson managed to recover. Nice little give and go. Lynchburg out on the right-hand side. Good feet, comes back inside, looks for the shot with the left foot. What a wonderful goal! That's an absolute banger from Rouse. Great poise and balance to cut in from the right-hand side. Skipping his way past Braveheart defenders. Creating sufficient space for a left foot howitzer. Cruz no chance at all in the Braveheart goal. Take a bow, young man. That's a heck of a strike for a playoff game. That goal had echoes of Lauren James for any of our listeners and viewers who might be Lionesses fans. We'll come on to that in a moment because Perinelli is trying to pick his way through the Lynchburg defence. Ball gets deflected out. Nice work from Mega. Does a little step over, goes past one, goes past another, looks for the give and go. Storch defending though from Braveheart, who now look to carry the ball away themselves. That's going to be asking a little much of their forward. Again, anyone familiar with the England women's national team? Nicknamed the Lionesses. They have a phenomenal player on their team called Lauren James. Sister of the Chelsea captain on the men's team. In the Women's Euros, which is underway as we speak. They are heading into the semi-final stage. Earlier in the competition, Lauren James scoring a goal very reminiscent of the one we just saw from Rouse, cutting in from the right-hand side, bending one in with the left foot from distance. Quite nice, isn't it, to liken a male player's goal to an exemplary female player's goal. Oftentimes it's the other way around. Always looking at the women's game saying, well, she plays a lot like this guy. Well, she looks a lot like that fella. Either way, 2 goals of exceptional quality. The latest from Rouse, bringing Lynchburg back into this playoff game. One apiece in the 19th minute. Probably shouldn't surprise anyone that we've already seen a couple of goals, and 2 goals of the highest quality. These are 2 pretty free-scoring teams. We look at their records for this season, talk a little bit about how they both got here today. Braveheart played 10 matches, winning 7, losing just 1 this season, scoring 35 goals along the way, conceding only 9, which enabled them to accumulate 23 points, finishing the season in 2nd behind New York Renegades. Lynchburg had an even better season. Again, 10 games, 9 victories and a tie, no defeats all season long, which is really remarkable. Elon out here on the left-hand side for Braveheart. Sides the wheel back. Bring other teammates into play. Good defending from Lynchburg. So as I mentioned, Lynchburg undefeated this entire league season, scoring just 1 more goal than Braveheart, 36, and conceding 1 less, just 8. Finishing the season with 28 points, taking top spot in the DMV South B Premier Division. So New York and Braveheart being runners-up in the Northeast American North. Lynchburg winners of the DMV South B. Into the playoffs they went. And in the game immediately preceding this one, Braveheart won 5-2 on the road versus Fall River. Oh, we may have another opportunity here. And we do! And we have a 2nd goal for Braveheart. Number 16. Quinto. Long ball over the top. The Lynchburg defence caught napping, despite Viscuso's best efforts. Quinto able to slide the ball past him and into the back of the net. 2-1 to Braveheart. Well, parity didn't last long. Lynchburg getting back on level terms just a few minutes ago. Braveheart finding a way to get their noses back in front. 21 minutes into the match, we have 3 goals in this playoff game. We have a match on our hands, folks. What a great game we've been treated to early on. As I was just saying, Braveheart beat Fall River 5-2. Fall River from the New England South Premier Division out of Massachusetts. Lynchburg also won away by a score of 3-1, beating DC Hyper from DMV North. Actually had the opportunity to commentate on DC Hyper's last game. Good header out from Braveheart. Really strong header. DC Hyper looked really good. Got a few Brazilians on their team who were very impressive. Actually had a Brazilian central defensive partnership I was extremely impressed by, not least of all Flavio Jr., who I remember scoring a very acrobatic overhead kick. Exactly what you want from your Brazilian centre-back. Very typical. I was very impressed by them. So to see Lynchburg took them down 3-1, well, that gives me a frame of reference and suggests that Lynchburg are not done today. Like I said, they went their regular season, not losing a single game. They clearly have quality. And there are more goals to come in this game yet, mark my words. Nice run from Dembele. Being muscled to the floor for his troubles. Long ball into the box, headed away by Lynchburg. Braveheart recycling, looking for another opportunity to get the ball into the box. Being very patient in their build-up, though. And Belly back on the ball. Inks it over the top, looking for his winger, asking a lot of him, and ultimately Oberak not able to pull that ball in. Braveheart working hard to maintain possession. Under pressure in their own defensive third. Do a really nice job, though, getting the ball out to the right-hand side. And then patiently rolling it back again. Braveheart seem very settled at this point. Clearly confident because of the lead that they have. Of the two teams, I would say they seem the more measured. Had their feathers ruffled defensively early on. There were a couple of little scary moments where Lynchburg almost took the ball off toes, almost found an opening. Ever since those early minutes, Braveheart have settled down very nicely. They've scored two excellent goals and may have a third here in the offing. Breaking down the right-hand side, it's Pinto, the scorer of the second, waiting for the cavalry to arrive. Eventually it does. Now they've lost attacking momentum. Well, for those of you who are interested... Oh, hello, let's wait a second here. Let's see if Pinto can gather that ball in. Does a good job of doing exactly that. Steps away from his marker. Now he has two, closing him down. Tries to clip the ball in, and it's deflected out for a corner. You like that logo? Sponsor logo on the Lynchburg shirt. I'm a dog person, so I may have to check those folks out. I'll come back to my comment here in a moment in regards to other playoff or knockout soccer. It's being played right now. Let's focus on this corner, though, for the time being. Braveheart, number 47, looking to deliver the ball and create the opportunity for a third Braveheart goal. It goes very, very deep. Lynchburg do a good job to get a header on it. Snapshot, drives it into the ground. Lynchburg now able to clear their lines. It's Mega trying to get away from his markers. Does a nice job maintaining possession under pressure before clipping it out to the left-hand side. Lynchburg now with numbers are flooded forward. Not the greatest ball. Asked a lot of bowls on that occasion. So other knockout soccer taking place. I mentioned the Women's Euros earlier. For those of you who are interested in the France-Germany game but do not want to know the score at present, close your ears for about 10 seconds. Regulation time has just concluded. Germany and France 1 apiece. Germany have had a player sent off, though, and missed a penalty kick, so lots going on there, but we're getting ready to head into extra time. Back to this game, where New York Braveheart lead Lynchburg FC by a score of 2-1 in the 30th minute. Braveheart goals coming on the 7th minute through Puge, and on the 20th via Pinto. The jam to that sandwich being a 16th minute strike by Rouse of Lynchburg. Two teams, though, who have shown they have tons of goals in their locker. And you're scoring 35, 36 goals across a 10-game season. Sure, you can do the math on that one, right? That's over 3 goals a game average. That suggests that today isn't done. There's still more goalmouth action to come. Oh, nice footwork in Braveheart's midfield. It's Oberak, the tidy feet. Number 7. Gotta say, I've been very impressed with Braveheart's ball handling. On occasion, they've been handling the ball in very tight spaces where you might think it might be a little less worrying just to get the ball out rather than try and ping it around, but they are very committed. Bringing the ball under, to finding feet, to moving, creating angles. As they've settled into this game, done a nice job of maintaining possession and creating opportunities, 2 of which they've converted so far. Lynchburg, though, still very much in this game. They've shown themselves to be very capable ball handlers as well. Just struggling a little bit to find that opening in the Braveheart defence, either through the centre or over the top. It might be a spark of creativity or possibly a mistake in the Braveheart defence that could change things. Certainly a spark of brilliance when Rouse scored that wonderful left foot curler at the time, bringing them back into the game. As Rouse, or indeed any of his teammates, have another moment of genius up their sleeve. Might be able to find out now. It's Lynchburg deep into the Braveheart defence until they decide to roll the ball back, bringing extra bodies into the play. But again, not really making any headway. Mega, trying to create some space. Ball hits, I think, a Braveheart player on the way through, and will give Lynchburg a corner. Mega, the winner of the corner, taking the corner itself. High and long, deep into the back post. Oh, well taken, and the referee surely going to blow for that. Well collected by Cruz. Lynchburg didn't do much wrong, but as Cruz was dropping, there was impact with a Lynchburg player, which, back in my day, would have been waved off anymore. Any contact with the goalkeeper, and invariably we hear a whistle, and it looks like we may have some rain. Yeah, cloud cover. I don't think rain was forecast today. It's certainly been humid in Brooklyn. It looks like the humidity may be turning into actual rainfall, which could potentially change things up a little bit if the turf surface here gets slick. Ball down the right channel. Lynchburg defence, right rolled. Nice cut inside. Neat delivery into the box, though. Oh, good footwork. And now the ball comes back into the centre, but it's sliced over the top. It was a good look from Balin. And to copy his teammate Puge with the first time shot. Took up a good spot, as you can see, unmarked. Then he was closed down at the very last moment, forcing him to rather snap at his shot. Oh, nice footwork. It was a mistake in the Lynchburg defence, and I thought for a second there that Balon was going to peel away. He was juggling the ball for himself and almost rolled in behind the Lynchburg back line. Work down the left-hand side. Langer not giving up the ghost, and it's he now back on the ball. Beats one, tucks the ball inside, trying to find Mega. Mega with good control under pressure, but unable to connect the passes with his teammate. Wonderful work from Perinelli, the Italian, just putting out all that Mediterranean flair. Culminate in anything on this occasion. I love the fact he's always willing to go at his man. He's got tidy feet, a trick up his sleeve, and buckets of courage. In for Lynchburg. And the way that everyone's positioning themselves suggests that we have a player on the ball who can deliver a long throw. And it's even a flip throw. Goodness gracious. And look at the height and distance on that. Heck of a throw from Bowles. Mega on the ball. Tucks it inside. Maybe an opportunity to shut. Looking for a give and go. Nicely gathered, though, from the Braveheart defence, number 14, Dembele. And now Braveheart on the attack. And it's a 3-on-3 situation. 4-on-4 now. Well blocked. By Lynchburg defence. Nice quick counter from Braveheart. Probably could have done more with that. They had numbers. Oftentimes you get into those situations and it's a quick counter and you look up and there's maybe one or two teammates with you and you're up against 4 or 5 defenders. That wasn't the case there. Perinelli on the ball again, nice footwork, but great defending from Lynchburg as well, although the defender cuts back inside, which I thought could have put him in trouble. He found a teammate, and now they're able to build out the back. This will be unfamiliar territory for Lynchburg. I mentioned they hadn't lost a game all season. Their record in the league in the last 5 matches are 5 straight W's. And of course they won the playoff game as well, so they are on a tear. So I'm sure that psychologically they are strong enough to deal with this. It's only 1 goal after all, but to be a fly on the wall in the locker room. But it's Braveheart again, finding space through the heart of Lynchburg's defence. And on that occasion, I think it was an offside. That was too easy for Braveheart. Oh, we're going to see the throw-in again. Really great throw-in from Bowles, height and distance. If we can roll back that opportunity we saw just a moment ago for Braveheart. I'd like to see a replay of that if possible. It looked quite simply like Braveheart in midfield picked their head up, slide the ball through the Lynchburg defence, splitting the 2 centre-backs. And had Braveheart been able to stay onside, that could have been goal number 3. Lynchburg have had plenty of warnings. I'd say that's at least the 3rd time in the first half that Braveheart have opened up. Lynchburg defence right down the centre. Coaches are going to need to work out whether or not this is an issue with spacing at the back or whether or not there needs to be more pressure in midfield to stop Braveheart being able to play those passes. But for right now, it is Lynchburg back on the ball in these increasingly slippery conditions. It's a shot that hits the defender. The ball gets drilled back into the box, but collected by Cruz. No panic. You can see that it's starting to get kind of slick out there now. A little twist in the tail. Belly over the free kick. Decides to play it short. Well, the referee's decided no, it needs to be taken a few yards further back. That seemed to be in exactly the same spot, but anyway. It's Braveheart in possession. Perinelli on the left-hand side. The Italian trying to take on two defenders. Gets round one. Chips the ball into the box. Not able to find a teammate. Lynchburg able to clear it out. The ball now finding its way to Mega. Braveheart throw in. Short throw. Intercepted by Lynchburg. Chipped out. Good work from Langer. Not getting much joy out of these throw-ins. Lynchburg insisting on intercepting them. They find feet on this occasion. Nope. Same difference. Lynchburg clearing the ball away. But Braveheart able to regain possession. Only momentarily though. Lynchburg now looking to counter. Long ball out to the left-hand side, asking a lot of Langer. Excuse me, that was Bowles out there. So we head into the last few minutes of this first half. It's a round of 16 playoff game, UPSL, national. And Lynchburg are really struggling to open up this Braveheart defence and create any meaningful opportunities. Braveheart doing well at the back, also doing well offensively, making the most of the few chances that they have created. Definitely in the ascendancy. Lynchburg might want to tweak the game plan at half-time. Whereas coach David Ramirez for Braveheart probably going to be quite happy with the opening period for his New York team. Ball finds his way out to Perinelli, and the Italian's on his bike once more, and he may look to go on his own. Looks to cut inside. Good defence there. Really, really good defence. And the Lynchburg captain, Velasquez. Ball of a man, but also very quick. Able to catch and close down Perinelli before he could get a shot off. Some desperate last-ditch defending done very well by the Lynchburg skipper. It is he on the ball now. Rolls it out to the right-hand side. And you hiss him into the game. It's him spreading it back to the left-hand side. And all the while, Braveheart able to get back into position. Create these defensive lines that Lynchburg have really struggled to break down this first 45 minutes. Probably needs to be a little quicker from Lynchburg. For right now, though, it's Braveheart that have made an interception high up the field. And again, have good numbers. Oh, nice footwork inside, but they lost the ball at the last moment. Referee decides tackle was fair. Now it's Lynchburg looking to counter. It's Mega on the ball. Excellent work from Braveheart now. Really good defending in both directions. The ball now comes to Perinelli. Perinelli beats his man, as he has done on a number of occasions. Chips it at the back post! And that's goal number 3! Wonderful work from Perinelli, connecting with Puge, who scored the opener and has now scored Braveheart's 3rd of the game. Right before half-time. Excellent work from Perinelli. And you can't say it hasn't been coming. He has given his marker a torrid time. Hissim struggling to keep up with Perinelli most of the match. And on that occasion, the Italian able to get the ball into the danger zone, putting it right on Puja's head. All he had to do was direct it goalward. And that he did. Well, I was saying Lynchburg need to come up with fresh ideas. They certainly need to move the ball more quickly. And all the while that they're doing that, Braveheart are defending staunchly and waiting for the opportunity to counter. They've done so really well on a couple of occasions. And if Lynchburg want to get back into this game, they are going to have to up the ante. They need to start shifting through gears. This is a very talented and capable team. No team goes an entire league season without defeat if they haven't got something about them. I think at this point, Lynchburg would just be happy to get back in the locker room, 3-1 down, regroup, come out hard and fast at the start of the second half. Because if they can score the next goal, that really does make things interesting. They can take the game to 3-2. And Braveheart perhaps get a little nervous. And then who knows what happens next. Right now, though, Braveheart look the complete opposite of nervous. They are very calm, collected and comfortable. Not only with the ball at their feet, but on the scoreboard. Again, for those viewers and listeners who are interested in the Women's Euros but do not want to know the score because they're intending on watching the game later, close your ears for about 10 seconds while I update the rest of you fine folks by letting you know we are at the end of the first period of extra time. No additional scores. Remains France 1, Germany 1. And that's half-time here in this UPSL National Playoff game, round of 16 between New York Braveheart and Lynchburg FC, with the hosts leading by a score of 3-1. A brace from Puge and a goal from Pinto, giving Braveheart the impressive lead. Lynchburg's goal coming from Rouse, probably the pick of the bunch. You don't get extra points because the goals are worldy. Still counts the same. Very entertaining first half, though. 4 goals in it. Lots of good soccer. Lots more to come. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll revisit those goals in replay right before the start of the second half. And we'll look forward to jumping into the second half with you at that time.
company. Once again, the cross. They could shoot, and it's in!
As that guy Fran, he gets inside and gets a shot past the goalkeeper. Wonderful.
Over the right side, the shot and the goal!
Welcome back to Aviator Sports and Event Center here in Brooklyn. Getting ready for the second half. Going to revisit the first half highlights though, and we did have some great highlights. I believe this is the first goal early on. Ball out to the right-hand side. Tucked back inside. Puig, no hesitation. Hands from the goalkeeper, but this strong shot found its way through the keeper and into the back of the net, giving Braveheart a 1-0 lead. Then a wonderful goal from Rouse for Lynchburg. Cutting in from the right, drilling the ball with his left. Giving Cruz no chance in the Braveheart goal. 1-1 at the 16-minute mark. That parity didn't last long though. Ball into the centre of the Lynchburg defence. Rolled into the back of the net by Pinto. Sloppy defending from Lynchburg. It wasn't the first time we saw that, or indeed the last. We also had a third goal as well, which we saw right before the end of the first half. Actually, right before the break. I think we're about to see that now. Perinelli, the Italian, jinxing one way and the next. He's been terrorising Hissim all game. Dinks the ball over the goalkeeper onto the grateful head of Puig. Notching his brace, and Braveheart's third goal of the game. So at half-time, it's New York Braveheart 3, Lynchburg 1. Lynchburg with a little bit of a mountain to climb. Two teams with very similar records in the league season. Braveheart only one defeat. Lynchburg, no defeats all season long. And their goals for and goals against records almost identical. Braveheart 35 goals for, 9 against. Lynchburg 36 goals for, 8 against. So fractionally better. And the visitors, that's not showing up in the game today though, and that's playoff soccer for you. So I suppose, despite the fact these two teams are very well matched, if Braveheart are able to hold on to this 2-goal lead, this could represent somewhat of an upset. Whoever wins this game today will head into the quarterfinals on July 26th. So they will play the winners of Chicago Nation FC or New York Shockers. Those two teams play in their round of 16 match tomorrow. We see the subs just warming up there, and the players who will take that to the field getting last-minute directions from coaches and to make sure they are ready to fly out the traps at the beginning of the second 45. I do have a bit of a track record as a commentator, being able to call it when games have goals left in them, and I'm going to go out on a limb and suggest that this is another of those occasions. I think the next goal could be the most important of the match. If Braveheart were to score again, it may be over as a contest. However, if Lynchburg were to notch their second, that could put the nervous cat among the pigeons in the New York Braveheart team and possibly culminate in a grand finale. Either way, I think there are goals still yet to come in this match. And we'll look forward to talking about them here in the second 45. As you can see from the graphic on screen, as I mentioned earlier, Lynchburg coming through to the round of 16 by beating DC Hyper. A very capable team I had the privilege of commentating on in their previous match. And the Braveheart beating Fall River of Massachusetts. Pretty handily too, 5-2 on the road. Whenever you can score 5 goals away from home, that is impressive. They've backed that up with 3 goals so far at home today. Both teams back on the field. Your New York Braveheart in red jerseys, white shorts, kicking from left to right on your screen. And Lynchburg FC in the rather natty, I'm going to go with turquoise. I'm sure there's a different name for them, but turquoisey, how about that? Shirts and white shorts going from right to left. It'll be they who kick off the second 45 of this UPSL National Playoff Round of 16 match. And we are off. Lynchburg are rolling the ball back and then drilling it forward immediately, trying to get some joy further up the field. Braveheart, though, starting the half the way they ended the last one, defending resolutely. Or playing the ball out to the right-hand side. It's Pinto on the ball, scorer of their second goal. Good ball into the middle of the box. Braveheart not able to bring it under their control. Lynchburg will be grateful for that. Looks like the rain that we were starting to see toward the end of the first half may have abated, which is good. Let's make it interesting, but I'd rather this game not be decided by a mistake because a player slips or the ball is greasy. So hopefully now the rain has stopped, things will dry out. It's certainly warm enough too. It's still about 80 degrees in Brooklyn. Nice ball out to the left-hand side. And guess who it is? It's that man Perinelli on again. Not able, though, to bring the ball under his spell before it ran out of play. Ball out on Viscuso. Lynchburg playing a little head tennis, trying to bring the ball under their control, winning themselves a free kick, I think, in the process. It's a free kick in a pretty dangerous position. Might just be a touch too far for the shot. But you never know. Sometimes you shoot from this distance and you cause chaos in the box, and players can pick up on the scramble and maybe convert, but I think it's going to be a ball dinked over the top. It is, so straight onto the head of a Braveheart defender. Headed away, although not fully cleared, not with any conviction, and Lynchburg may have an opportunity to attack again, but Braveheart correcting things on the second attempt. Braveheart in possession now. Going to come down the right-hand side. Pinto tucks the ball back inside. Finds Oberak. Oberak into the centre, back out to Pinto. Waits for the overlap, then tucks back inside. Drills the ball far out to the left. Nice header, though. But it's good work from Perinelli, who does bring the ball under a spell on that occasion. Just when you think it's going to be beyond him, somehow ball's at his feet. For right now, it's Lynchburg. And they're on a really good counter, and it's a hard, low shot. I think it was Butcher trying to test Cruz. Did a really nice job of carrying the ball forward, but the shot on target, but not really struck with any venom. Cruz able to gobble that one up very straightforwardly. Nice ball in through the back. It's Pinto. Looks to cut inside. It's a shot. It's wide. It may have taken a deflection. Although Pinto's acting like, no, that's on me. Did a nice job of cutting inside. It sort of took a weird... It wasn't a deflection, but as it spanned toward the goal, it kind of popped off to the left there. It was kind of odd, but either way, didn't trouble Viscuso. Nice interception from Braveheart. This is what Braveheart have done well all game long. Really been on their toes. They've been on the front foot. They've just been that little bit sharper. Aronelli swinging an arm, catching a Lynchburg defender in the face. You have to wonder how much of that was momentum and how much of that was intentional. And that's really the referee's decision to make. If it was at all intentional, Aronelli could be in trouble. Referee doesn't seem interested though in making more of this right now. Although there's a nasty bloody nose. I think it's the goal scorer, Rouse. He's having to go off the field for a moment for some treatment. It's Lynchburg with a free kick. Braveheart, though, come away with it. I'm going to give you a Euros update in a moment here for those who are interested. If you're trying to avoid the score for right now, again, close your ears for 10 seconds. I'll update everybody else that after extra time, the game remains 1-1 France-Germany, no additional goals. And so here in a couple of minutes, we will be going into penalty kicks. Exciting stuff. Exciting stuff here too, in Brooklyn, New York, where New York Braveheart currently lead Lynchburg FC 3-1 in this UPSL National Round of 16 playoff match. Still plenty of the game yet to go. Lynchburg doing a much better job at the beginning of the second half of retaining possession. They've seen more of the ball more consistently than Braveheart have, and perhaps more importantly, more of it in Braveheart's half. It felt like Lynchburg were playing quite deep in that first half and quite methodically. No real pace or energy to their attacks. But they definitely seem more intentional now. Fired up, even. It's good to see. Giving New York Braveheart something to think about. Ball over the top from Lynchburg. Header into the middle. They're asking for a foul there, but the referee's not interested, and so Braveheart having the opportunity to break away, but it's Aronelli, and Aronelli going solo. He has no support, and he has 5 men around him. He cuts onto his left foot. Aronelli with the shot, just wide. Exciting stuff from the Italian. Cuts into his right, drags it back to his left, creates a space for the shot. Not able to get a sufficient bend on it, though. Good power and good height. Not able to bring it back into the top corner, and in fact, it looks like it took a deflection on the way because it's Braveheart with a corner. Excellent work from Aronelli. Not able to get the shot on target, but winning his team a corner along the way. Ball into the box. Nice flick header. Nice save as well from Viscuso. And players collide. Referee doesn't seem interested. Actually says it's advantage Lynchburg. Yeah, there was not much there, I don't think. It was what they were calling Formula One, a racing incident. Neither party really at fault. Just a product of the game. Good corner, though, a few minutes earlier from Braveheart. Nice flicked header at the front post. Cuso very alert to the danger. A strong hand on that ball as it redirected goalwards. And he needed to. His team trailing by 2 goals. Although they've looked a lot better in the first 10 minutes of this second half. Braveheart trying to play their way out the back. Giving Lynchburg a corner in the process. This is a little like the nervy start we saw Braveheart have in the first half, where they were absolutely determined to play the ball around their defence and to feet. Been caught out a couple of times in the process. That moment there was very reminiscent. Lynchburg, corner into the box, header at the front post, doesn't really get directed on goal, and the referee has decided a free kick, or perhaps it was an offside. I think it probably was a free kick. It was the captain, Velasquez, at the front post, using his not insignificant size and I'm sure strength to unfairly wrestle his markers to the ground. And rather wasted. Lynchburg back in possession. Nice feet from Lynchburg. All into the middle of the box. Good deflection, though, from Braveheart. Lynchburg with some good work out on the right-hand side. This goal scorer Rouse, who now has one of his nostrils plugged up. Again, I know I keep referencing the Women's Euros, but anyone who saw the England game a couple of days ago saw Hannah Hampton with cotton wool shoved up one of her nostrils to stop some profuse bleeding. Rouse is looking very reminiscent of that right now. Another one of those wonderful flick throws from Bowles. Headed on into the box and headed again from Lynchburg. It's 2 headers in quick succession. But neither of them creating a scoring opportunity. Lynchburg have numbers, but they decide to go back. It's a wayward ball, easily picked off by the Braveheart. It's Pinto tucking it back and then making himself available for the return ball. Obarak now settling things down. Braveheart probably need this. They probably need a period, maybe a couple of minutes, where they're settling on the ball, giving players touches, just maintaining possession. Again, they have a 2-goal lead. They've started this second half just a little nervy. So I think a period of time on the ball would be good for them. Braveheart, long ball in behind the defence, trying to put Pinto in. Ball marshalled out by Lynchburg on that occasion. Good work again from Lynchburg. Getting the ball back, feeding it to a teammate, getting caught out and then winning it back again. This is a much peppier Lynchburg than much of what we saw in the first half. If they can just quicken the pace in that attacking third. The ball into the box. Came off the shoulder, I think, there, rather than the head. Bruce certainly doesn't seem in the slightest bit concerned. Pretty unruffleable, the New York Braveheart goalkeeper. Sure, his heart rate goes much above about 60 beats a minute. Lynchburg bringing on some fresh legs. Substitution on the hour mark. Shielding from Lynchburg. Not able to come away with the ball, though. In fact, Braveheart able to steal it off them in a dangerous spot. Good defending. Once again from... Actually, I thought it was Velasquez. It wasn't. It was his centre-back partner, but it's Velasquez who sprays the ball upfield. Good positioning from the Braveheart defence. Nice cut inside, and the ball's given back. Shot from the front post. Well palmed away by the keeper. It was Oberak with the shot. Escuso, though, strong hands on that near post. Just making sure it didn't sneak inside. They'll be happy to give away the corner under the circumstances. Onto the centre of the box, easily headed away from Lynchburg. Delivered back into the box, though. That was dangerous. I think Balon caught everybody out. Brought it down quickly, turned, span, drilled it across the front of the box, and nobody was really expecting it. No one was certainly anticipating it from Braveheart. Otherwise, that could have been a very easy conversion on the back post. Smart thinking from Balon. Fortunately for him, the only man on his frequency at that time. Lynchburg again in possession in that attacking third, cutting back though into the middle of the field again, looking to try and bring other teammates into the play. Braveheart again getting back into their defensive shape. Nice header from Braveheart. Snapshot from Lynchburg, easily deflected. Comes back out though to Lynchburg. On the right hand side, it's Rouse. He's been involved with much in what they've done that's been good in this game, including, of course, the goal. Which I think it's fair to say has been the goal of the game. We've seen 4 really good goals, but Rouse is just that head and shoulders above the others. Daylight between them. Let's put it like that. Or to put it another way, I think I have probably scored variations of all the other goals you've seen today. I don't think I've scored a goal as good as Rouse's. Not that whether I've scored a goal or not should be the marker on whether or not it's a world-class goal, but nevertheless, that gives undeniably the pick of the bunch today. Lynchburg through the middle of the park. Again, great work from Rouse. Slaloms one, slaloms another, tucks it back to a teammate. Who then immediately gives it up, which is incredibly frustrating, I'd imagine, for Rouse. Lynchburg do at least regain possession. We're continuing to prod and poke. It was Rouse on that occasion trying to get teammate in behind the defence. Just not quite coming off for them. If you're New York Braveheart, you've got to be feeling pretty good about the situation. We're into the 66th minute now and there's no change on the scoreboard. Yes, they have been under more pressure, but their defence has not been breached in this second half. And the longer this goes on, I think it's Lynchburg who become the nervier of the two teams. You know they want to score a second goal as early as possible to put all that pressure on Braveheart. Hasn't happened yet. Good work from Rouse, although he falls heavily. He is moving though, so back on his feet. I don't think there was much in that. Not exactly sure why two players are jawing, but that happens sometimes. Braveheart taking their time with this free kick, and why not? I think I would take as long as the referee allows me. I might even pick up a yellow card if I wasn't on one already. Do whatever it takes to run down the clock and get yourself into the quarterfinals. That is the prize on offer today. Good work again from Braveheart. Bringing the ball through midfield now. Lynchburg really caught off guard. Oh, there might be a penalty. It looked like it was a shove in the back. I'd like to see that one again for sure. I mean, the referee and linesman clearly didn't think it was an infringement, but didn't look like the Lynchburg player got anywhere near the ball. And I'm prepared to be proven wrong on a replay. Obviously can't go through the man to get to the ball. To me, on first glance, it looked like that's what happened. Good work from Braveheart, breaking away again. Out to the right-hand side. Oh, not able to get the ball back, though. Trying to find Oberak in the 1-2. Up short on that occasion. So here's that potential penalty call again. Well, I'm not sure what to tell you on that one. Oh, it's dropped. Cruz has dropped it. Able to get back though and starfish save it on the second attempt to do just enough to keep the ball out. Have a defender ultimately clear it all the way out. Nervy moment though from Cruz. Just got done saying about 5 minutes ago how he is unflappable. The definition of calm. On that occasion he dropped a pretty straightforward ball. Caused a moment of panic in his defence. I wonder if we can get a replay on that moment. Looked like a fairly innocuous cross into the box. I don't know if Cruz just misjudged the flight or the ball's still a little greasy from the earlier rain. Either way, it did not culminate in a Lynchburg goal, but it's Braveheart who are now on the attack down the left-hand side, trying to get numbers up to support. Ball into the box. Good defending from Lynchburg, though, clearing it out solidly. I have an update for you on the Women's Euros. For those who are interested, those who aren't, close your ears. Actually, you know what? Hang fire. Lynchburg are on the attack. Good defending, though, from Braveheart, ultimately snuffing out that attack. So again, for those interested in the Euros, I can tell you that Germany won on penalty kicks, 6-5, and now advanced to the semi-finals where they will meet Spain. So the semi-final brackets are locked in. Those two teams, and on the other side of the bracket, England play Italy. Another exciting day in Switzerland. Congratulations to the victors. Here we still have 20 minutes and potentially a little stoppage time to go as well for Lynchburg to pull themselves back into this game, trailing as they are by 3-1. As I've mentioned on a couple of occasions, they've had a much better second half. We've seen the ball more in the Braveheart half of the field. They've certainly increased their possession numbers. Still struggling with clear-cut opportunities, though. Not quite had the guile or craft to open up the Braveheart defence in any kind of meaningful way. It only takes a moment. That's the beautiful thing about soccer. It only takes a moment. And if Lynchburg could get one goal back, nice work at the back from Braveheart. There's Oberak. Very tidy player. Wayward pass there, but his footwork is exemplary. Oh, good defending. Covering for Oberak, who got caught at field, and I think that's the point out being made by his teammate. It's all well and good to dance out of defence with the ball at your feet, but when you lose it, you have to get back. Had a teammate getting his back on that particular occasion. Braveheart with a free kick. Lynchburg anxious for them to take it. Long searching ball. Evades everybody. Lynchburg back in possession. Ball all the way back to Viscuso. Again, another long raking pass. Those haven't really proven to be effective. And the cold, hard truth is, Lynchburg have gotten very little joy out of those deep balls into the heart of the New York Braveheart defence. It's been a bit of a stroll in the park for the central defenders. Heading practice that they have managed very capably. Nice interception from Lynchburg. And now they're looking to break, and they have good numbers. Maybe a foul there. The referee's decided to allow play on and then comes back, gives the free kick and a yellow card. Good refereeing. The yellow card went to Oberak. There's the Lynchburg captain, Velasquez, stood over the free kick. It's a long way out. I think he's going to be looking to put this ball into the mixer, as it were. I hope one of his teammates can convert. He delivered a dangerous free kick like this earlier in the game. Again, similar ball over the back. Might get a head on it. They do get a head on it, but nice work by Cruz. The ball comes out. It can't be converted. Oh my goodness, so close from Lynchburg. I think it was Hissam who had the clearest sight on goal, but it just refused to go in. It was pinball wizard stuff in there, but without the magic, at least as far as Lynchburg are concerned. Long throw into the box, headed back, maybe another opportunity, but good work from Braveheart. Shot comes from Lynchburg and out for a goal kick. I'd love to see a replay of the earlier effort if we get a moment. Sure, Hissam had stars in his eyes, thinking this is the moment, particularly. He has been culpable for one of the goals that they conceded, being roasted by Perinelli in the process. That would have been a nice moment of redemption for the Lynchburg number 4. It wasn't to be, though. I think a combination of Cruz in goal for Braveheart and just the sheer number of bodies in the box meant that Hissam wasn't able to get a clean shot on frame, or at least not one that found its way to the back of the net. And so it remains 3-1 in favour of Braveheart. With about 13 minutes and change to go. It's Braveheart now on the attack. Number 47 rolling the ball out to the right-hand side to Pinto. Berg with the throw-in. Running out of time. Still a little over 10 minutes to go. 12 minutes to go. Plenty of time to score a goal. Plenty of time to score 2. Or potentially even 3. Oh, ball into the middle of the box, but header wayward, just didn't time that jump. It was a good ball. I think it was Bark trying to get on the end of it. Nice ball from Braveheart, tucking it inside. Trying to find Pinto. Ball gets intercepted. Referee decides there's nothing in that. That's Velasquez, the captain, rolling the ball out. Ball's played back to him. Very wayward. Asking way too much of him, but that was very silky. Excellent foot skills from the skipper. I have to say the officials have done a really good job, I think, in this game. Generally, I tend not to comment on the officials too much, whether they do well or whether they've had a less than stellar game. But this is a playoff match. It's high stakes. It's been physical. Lots of calls to be made, and I feel like the officials on pretty much every occasion have gotten it right. One outlier I'd suggest would be the penalty call from Braveheart about 10 minutes ago now. Again, we'd love to see that one back and maybe from a different angle. Still not convinced that wasn't a penalty kick, but it may have been there was a Lynchburg defender's foot. It got in and deflected the ball away before contact was made between the players. And that may be what the officials saw. But outside of that particular incident, really good from the man in the centre and the supporting linesman. So 10 minutes and change to go. The game remains New York Braveheart 3-1 as it has since the 45th minute of this match. Neither team able to get on the board in this second half, despite me saying at halftime that there were more goals in this game. Might be the absolute definition of the commentator's curse, mightn't it, if we don't see another tally. Really good work out on the right-hand side. Is it that man again, Rouse? No, on this occasion it was, I think it was Hassim, number 4. We see a yellow card being flashed in front of Dembele. As they're coming together, and the referee decided that it was an infringement. Well, I didn't see much there from Dembele. Yellow card perhaps went to a different player. Either way, it was a yellow card issued to a New York Braveheart player. And once more is Velasquez stood over a free kick. Teammates dotted throughout the box. Can he find one of them? Can they find the back of the net? Can Lynchburg find a way back into this match? Ball to the back post. Header down! It's Hassim again! And I don't know if it was a stop from Cruz or if it hit a defender. And either way, it did not find its way into the back of the net. Once more, Lynchburg, so close, but no cigar. Pinto on the ball now. Tries to roll it inside to find a teammate. It's a wayward pass and Lynchburg able to get it clear. Braveheart gathering at the back again, though. That's 2 occasions. Lynchburg so close to getting that second goal. Braveheart's goal leading a charmed life at this moment in time, in part to that young man, Cruz. Unbelievable as well that Hassim, number 4 for Lynchburg, being involved in those 2 opportunities. I think he's a defender by trade, so might suggest respectfully not the kind of player you want those opportunities to fall to. That being said, I believe he's leading the team on goals, so I'm thinking perhaps he's more of an attacking fullback, or maybe has just been miscategorized here on the sheet I have and is actually a midfielder. He has 6 goals on the season though, so he knows where to find the back of the net. And close to doing so twice in the last 7 or 8 minutes. Third time's a charm. We will see. Long ball over by, again, Lynchburg. I don't know how many times I have to say this, not that it makes any difference because coaches aren't listening to me, and nor should they, but that ball just hasn't worked today. A long ball over the top. And the referee's not happy about something here. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it requires a drop ball. It's Cuso rolling it out to the left-hand side. Goal scorer Rouse tucking it into the centre of defence. Ball finding its way out now to Velasquez. He drills it forward once more. It gets returned. Just don't think that long ball out the back from Lynchburg is the currency of success in this particular game. Could be proven wrong, and it only takes one time for it to work. For me to look foolish and for Lynchburg to be right back in this match. That's a free kick, surely, for Braveheart. So a little over 5 minutes and change to go, and no change in the scoreboard. As of right now, it is New York Braveheart going through to the national quarterfinals. They have an opportunity here to make it 4. That was a great opportunity, but great goalkeeping from Viscuso. He was out quickly and spread himself and able to deflect the ball wide. Nice work from the Lynchburg goalkeeper. And at the other end of the field now, Lynchburg trying to create something, but good work from their goalkeeper, Braveheart's goalkeeper Cruz. Quick to react, good work there from Viscuso. Thanks to Veda Media for the quick replay. Into losing the ball and then giving away a foul. And then having the audacity to ask the ref, oh. Rouse stood over the ball, the only goal scorer so far for Lynchburg this evening. The ball into the box, Cruz gathers it. Not going to say anything more than that. Ball gets played out to Pinto on the right-hand side. He tucks it inside. One into the box. Nice work from Lynchburg. Sliding defensive block. As I've mentioned a couple of times, the other round of 16 game to determine the other quarterfinal will take place tomorrow between Chicago Nation FC and New York Shockers. By the end of the day tomorrow, we will know who our quarterfinalists are. By the end of, the next 3.5 minutes, we'll know who one of them are, at least, right here, right now, in Brooklyn, New York. Ball surely right in front of the referee. Just reviewing the statistics for these two teams and noticing that top goal scorer for Braveheart is someone by the name of Gonzalez, apparently 10 goals on the season. I don't believe we have a Gonzalez involved this evening, so that would make Braveheart's victory, if they're able to hold on, that much more impressive. That they appear to be missing their top goal scorer. Actually, let me compound that story. Their second top goal scorer is a guy by the name of Cook, who also isn't involved this evening. He has 7 goals, so 17 goals missing from the New York Braveheart this evening. And yet they still appear to be finding a path to victory. It's very impressive indeed. Cruz gathering that ball up. Taking his sweet time. You have no problem with that if you're a Braveheart fan, because you're now less than a minute and stoppage away from securing your place in the quarterfinals. Lewis tucks the ball inside. Good footwork. And Braveheart, a couple of their subs coming on and making a bit of a difference here in terms of energy levels. First and foremost, that's exactly what you want from your subs. Just raise the energy again a little bit. Give the opposition players who are flagging something to think about. And then see what you can contribute beyond that. Well, Braveheart have weathered the storm. I think Lynchburg have had the better of this second period. Again, without creating anything too massively significant. We did have those 2 looks at goal, both of which falling to Hassim. They were good chances. They weren't absolutely clear-cut, but they also came about in rather erratic fashion as opposed to being anything that was particularly well-crafted. Lynchburg just have struggled to put together anything really meaningful in offence. Despite the fact they're clearly a very good team, technically very good, very well organised, strong. They just have not been able to crack the code tonight of how to breach the Braveheart defence. More than that one time when Rouse came up with a showstopper of a goal. We are now into what I call referee's discretionary time. It's stoppage, folks. It's that unknown period that the officials tack on at the end of the 90. Could be a minute, could be 10 minutes. Won't be 10 minutes on this occasion, but you're never sure. Unless you're on the side of the field and are able to see the board, and I'm not, unfortunately, so you'll just have to ride it out. For right now, it's New York Braveheart trying to ride it out with another goal. Do a nice job of riding that tackle. Oh, nice work from Viscuso again. Coming out and spreading himself, getting a deflection away to a teammate. It's Rouse with that now easily distinguishable cotton ball up his nose. Once more, the play breaks down. Braveheart have really put in a resolute defensive display. All the talk will be about their offense and their 3 goals. That's, I think, going to be a free kick. It might even be a yellow card. Pretty reckless. I think it's one of the subs. I mentioned they bring high energy. That was a little over-eager. I think it was cleats first. Yeah, that's a little naughty. Referee dropped his whistle, momentarily not able to flag up that it was a foul. Before finally being able to blow for the infringement and issue a yellow card. Well, you don't like to see that. Number 12, Mason hobbling off the field. Now this is a free kick in a dangerous spot. If Lynchburg can score here, again, we don't know how much time is still on the referee's watch. If Lynchburg can notch something here, we may have a really interesting end to this match. Referee marking out the 10 yards. At this point, if I'm the Lynchburg coach, I want to see every Lynchburg player in that box, including my goalkeeper. Why Velasquez is hanging back there is beyond me. Get in the box, especially a player of that size. We are firmly in all or nothing territory here, people. All into the box. It's a low clip. Can I save from Azul? Excuse me, from Cruz. Velasquez redelivers the ball. Back to back post. It's the free kick taker who gets on the end of it. Managed to keep it in play. No, he didn't. That may be the last opportunity from Lynchburg. It was a flat free kick. Beautifully flighted. Clipped header at the front post. Good save from Cruz, who I called Azul there for a moment. I was thinking Cruz Azul. Who are, of course, a football team themselves. So we're into the 95th minute. We don't know how much time is left. Cruz back with the ball in his hands. But I think that's our final. The referee has blown. And the game is over. This UPSL National Playoff Round of 16 match ends in victory for New York Braveheart, winning out by 3-1 over Lynchburg FC. 4 goals, a great competition. How did Braveheart get it done? Let's watch the match highlights and revisit their moments of magic. The first one coming courtesy of Puge. A great ball out of the back. Quick pass to the feet of Puge and a snapshot. Evading Viscuso in the Lynchburg goal. That was 1-0. On the 16th minute, though, Lynchburg able to equalise. This wonderful goal from Rouse coming inside, left foot, an absolute worldy evading cruise on its way to the back of the net. The lead didn't last long, though, just 3.5 minutes before Pinto was put in behind the defence and slid the ball past Viscuso to re-establish the Bravehearts' lead. And then right before the end of the first half, wonderful footwork out on the left-hand side. Puge and the back post heading in the Perinelli cross. That was it as far as the scoring was concerned. Lynchburg came back strong in the second half. Created a couple of half chances, both falling to the number 4 Hassim. Not able to convert. Desperately close. But on this occasion, it was New York Braveheart that hold out. Lynchburg go away and lick their wounds and look to next season. New York Braveheart into the quarterfinals. Looking forward to playing either Chicago Nation or New York Shockers for a place in the semi. Final score tonight, 3-1. I've been your commentator, Mark Turner, here with the Veta Media team. It's been a pleasure to spend the evening with you. Have a good night.